Hello and namaste. My name is Cisco, and I'm here with the wonderful, powerful, and mindful Maja. And we're going to get started with the fitness hybrid yoga class today. We're going to start at the back of our mats, facing forward, and we're going to start with a very light jog, okay? So we're just a little light jog forward to the front of our mat, and then back pedaling back on our toes, right? And if you're not able to jog, you're just going to go speed walking forward and then back pedal walking. Right, we always have modifications for any fitness so we can hit every single level from beginner to advanced. And you just want to connect with your breath here. You want to start to learn what your body is doing at this moment, how it feels, if there's any soreness, tightness, good pain, negative pain from maybe other workouts, or we're just stiff because we've been inactive. So we're moving forward and back. We're going to go for another 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing at the back of our mats. We're going to stand nice and tall. We're going to draw our core in and tuck our tailbone, lengthen the spine. Inhale, arms up. Look up towards the sky or ceiling. Exhale, fold, release. Slight bend in the knees if you need it. And then halfway up, monkey pose. Pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Strengthen the hands. Hold at the high plank position. Tighten your glutes. Flex the quads. And then nice and strong, walk the hands back up towards your feet. Forward fold. And then nice and slow, come up to a stand. Inhale, arms up, over the head. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. And then once again, slowly jogging forward and then back pedaling back. We're going to go 4 laps at Maja's pace here. So she's done with 2 laps. This is 3 here. And on our 4th, good. And we're meeting at the back of our mat, hip distance. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, hinge at the waist. Slightly bend in the knees, lengthen as much as you can, and then walk the hands forward. Looking at the top of your mat. Tighten the glutes at the high plank position, strengthen the quads, suck the core in, and then walk the hands nice and strong. Think tiger claws into your mat here. Finding strength to protect the wrists. Inhale, halfway up, monkey pose, lengthen. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, come back up to a stand. Arms reach up high, palms touch, hands to heart center. And then jogging forward here. Now we're going to go 8 laps. So I want you now to see where your body's been the last few jogging laps here. If you're feeling good, I want you to increase that tempo. I'm going to push Maja here to increase that tempo. Good. And you got to put the brakes on. So we're looking for burst of speed forward, burst of speed back. Burst of speed forward, burst of speed back. Burst of speed forward, burst of speed back. All right, and keep working there. Get to 8. Last one, hip distance at the back of the mat. Again with the feet. Inhale, arms up, lengthen the spine, look up nice and tall. Exhale, fold, release, hinge at the waist, walk out with the hands high plank position. We're going to go ahead and pause here this round, but we want to strengthen once again the glutes, tighten the quads, suck the ribs in, lengthen the spine, spread the fingers out, grip the mat strong, and let's set an intention here for your workout. Who are you working for? Who needs the energy? We're creating positive energy here, right? Whether it's stressful, painful, burning, right? We're creating powerful energy that is being shared with the rest of the world, right? So what is our intent? Who needs energy in their life that is positive and powerful and needs strength? Let's go ahead and dedicate that energy to them. So think of a group, think of one person, and let's do every single rep for those people, for that person, whether it's for you, someone else, a group of people you know or don't know. We're putting all that work for them here today. So tighten the glutes, strengthen the quads, suck the ribs in, press through the palms, find a steady breath, relax the neck. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet, forward fold. Take a nice great bend here into the knees. Okay, now rock your weight back to your heels, bring your hands to your shins, come into monkey pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, find a steady breath. Shift the weight even back a little bit more, then inhale the arms up over your head. Stand nice and tall, exhale, fold, release. Inhale, halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, stand nice and tall. Hands come to heart center. Palms touch. Good. Let's go ahead and walk to the front of our mat. And we're going to come into a lunge position, low lunge position. So we're going to keep our right foot forward, and we're going to take a nice, great step back with our left. And then we're going to slowly lower our left knee down to the floor. Bring our hands up to our right knee. We're going to press our right knee down and away. And then we're going to pull our heart over our hips. Now we need to keep that right knee stacked over that right ankle. Lengthen your side bodies. And we want to go ahead and tuck the tailbone here. That's going to enhance that left hip flexor stretch. So from this position, we're going to inhale further forward, nice and deep into that knee. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring our hands to our hips, lengthen our spine, straighten out our right leg, and curl our right toes up towards the ceiling. Now lengthen your spine. Now we can go ahead, and if you need here, we can use blocks. So here we can bring hands to the blocks. And this is in our half splits here. So we're flexing our quad, we're curling our toes up, we're pulling our heart forward, and we're reaching our hips back towards our back heel. Now we're going to slowly come forward, and we're going to pulse 2 times. So we're going to inhale, pulse once, twice. Exhale, nice and strong and slow. Sink the hips back, curl the toes up. Lengthen the spine, pull the heart forward. And then nice and slow, we're going to inhale, shift forward. Pulse twice, once, twice. Exhale, straighten that right leg, flex the quad, curl the toes up. Press into your blocks or into the floor. Lengthen your spine, pull the heart forward like you would in your monkey pose. Nice and slow, inhale, shift forward, pulsing twice, once, twice. Exhale, strong, straight leg, curl the toes up. One more round here for 4. Inhale, shift forward, pulse twice, once, twice. Exhale, straighten the leg, lift the toes. Pull your hips towards your left heel. Lengthen the spine. Holding in the last set for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, slowly shift forward back into that right knee. And then go ahead and step the right foot back, the right knee back. Come into a kneeling position and sit back on your heels. Hands on top of your thighs. Just go ahead and close your eyes here for a brief moment. Let that stretch sink in that dynamic half splits. Find one more nice clearing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And then slowly blink your eyes open. Set your blocks off to the side. Bring your hands out in front of you, and then step your legs back into a high plank position. Strong glutes, strong quads. And we're going to go mountain climbers here, 10 seconds to the chest. So we're crunching and drawing our knees up towards our chest. We're going at a slow pace or fast pace, working to your level for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to the outside of your elbows, 10 seconds. 10, 9. Now at any moment, if you need some rest, you are by all means, go ahead and take it and then come back to the work. You can slowly lower down to your knees and then come back up to that fire once you go ahead and found that calmness. And now we're going to go across the body with the knees here. Last 10 seconds. We're going to drive the knee through, and we're going to bend into the elbows a little bit to help increase that twist. All right, that's a little bit more advanced there. Right, to keep it a little bit more simple and basic, the elbows don't bend and you don't bring the knee as far through. 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pausing here at the high plank position. You feel the fire in the shoulders. You should feel the fire in the core. Let's make sure we have our heels stacked over our toes. Engage the feet. We want our foundation, which are our legs, to be fired up. And then the core. Now relax the neck, relax the shoulders, put the work into the abdominals. So we want to go ahead and tuck our tailbone here. So we want to draw our rib cage in, tuck the tailbone, lock that into place. And then nice and slow, inhale, shift your weight forward, exhale, lower down to your stomach. Go ahead and bring your hands to your mid-low ribs. Rest your forehead down to your mat. Point your toes back. Lengthen your spine in both directions. Tighten your glutes. Inhale, lift the heart. Hug the elbows in behind your back. Keep the strength in the glutes. Keep flexing and pointing your toes. Keep pulling your heart forward, pressing into the palms. Inhale first, and on your exhale, nice and slow, lower your forehead back down. Go ahead and for just the moment of release, relax the shoulders, the effort everywhere, calm the mind. And then bring in the strength back. So spread the fingers out. Press into the palms, literally drag your body forward. So watch here. So this is relaxed position. Now press into the palms, drag your body forward. So the body's dragged forward, lengthening, and then tighten the glutes. Inhale, lift the heart, hug the elbows in. Pointing the toes, reaching out through the crown of your head, hugging the elbows in. Inner upper back is fired up. Glutes are fired up. There should be no stress in the low back. Suck the belly button in towards the spine. Press into the palms. Pull the heart forward. Nice and slow. Inhale. And on your exhale, slowly release. Beautiful. Curl your toes underneath. Inhale to high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring a nice great bend into both knees in your down dog position. Spreading the hands out wide, engaging the triceps strong, pulling the chest towards the mid-thighs. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, straighten out the legs as much as you can. Breathe here. One full exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then next inhale, slowly bend back into the knees. Now close the distance between the heart and the mid-thigh. Now the goal is to try to keep this gap closed as we straighten out our legs in our next exhale. Straighten out our legs. Now finding a steady breath. Next inhale, you find deep breath in, bend into the knees one last time. Close the gap between the heart and the mid-thigh. Strong triceps, exhale, straighten the legs. Straighten the legs out any more. Give it all you got here. Come on, dig deep. Who needs this energy? Who needs strength? How can we send that vibe to them? Lifting the back of the knees, pulling the heart towards your mid-thighs with intent. Nice and slow. Come high up onto your toes and little steps. Tiptoe your feet forward to a forward fold. Whoo! The fire is within inside of you. You just have not found it yet. As we arrive here, go ahead and release here. Take a big bend into your knees. Let your hips sink back. So we want to make sure we keep our knees back here. Good. If you saw that adjustment on our side, we want the knees to stay back, stacked over our ankles, so we can keep the weight into our heels, but we still want to press down into the ball mounds of our feet. Relaxing our neck, lengthening here. Nice and slow. Inhale, halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, mountain, come to a stand. Arms reach up high, palms touch, hands to heart center. Beautiful. We have one more side here. Left foot is staying forward. Right foot is taking a nice, great, big step back. And then nice and slow, lowering down to that right knee. Setting up for our second side of dynamic half splits. So making sure those toes are curled back underneath here. Nice strong push into the toes. Nice long stance here in our low lunge. Hands to the top of our left knee. Lengthen the spine. Pull the heart over your hips. And then tuck the tailbone. Draw the core in. Press the knee away. Lengthen any more. And now sink into your left knee nice and far forward while pressing into that left heel. Keep the strong push into the right toes. Now you're going to take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, straighten out your left leg into your half splits. So we can adjust our stance here. If you feel crunched up, go ahead and allow that heel to come out a little bit further in front of you. And then I'll set up you for a better second rep. So flex the left quad, curl the left toes up towards the ceiling. Pull your hips towards your right heel. Lengthen the spine forward. Nice and slow. Inhale forward, and we're going to take 2 pulses. So that's 1, 2. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Pull the hips back. Pull your heart forward. Maja's doing a great job of keeping her spine nice and full and flat. There's no curve. And then inhaling forward, taking 2 pulses. 1, 2. Nice and slow. Exhale, long exhale into this stretch. Pulling the heart forward, pressing down into your mat or your blocks and pulling your heart forward like if you were in your monkey pose. And then slowly coming back forward for our last round. Inhale forward, pulse once, twice, slow, long, strong exhale. Hips reach back, heart pulls forward, spine lengthens. Flex the left quad, curl the left toes up towards the sky. Breathe in here for another 8 seconds. Nice long hold in this last stretch. Keep finding more space. Dig for it. Flex the left quad even more to lengthen the left hamstring. Pulling your hips back towards the back heel. And nice and slow shifting our way forward into the left knee. And then step the left foot and knee back. Come into kneeling position. And then slowly come into child's pose. Knees out. And finding a few resting breaths here. All right, coming out of our child's pose, nice and slow, coming into a tabletop position. So curling your toes underneath, coming into bear pose, so pressing into the palms nice and strong. And once again, bringing that tiger claw back into the hands, the fingers, to help protect the wrist here. And once again, tucking our tailbone so we can go ahead and find and engage our core. So tucking the tailbone, sucking the ribs in, but not rounding our spine too much. Very, very faintly done here. So sucking belly button in towards spine. And now in this bear pose, we want to pull our knees towards our elbows. So it's not like the knees are actually moving. It's just an energetic pull of knees drawing in toward the elbows. And now we're going to go 10 shoulder taps here. So we're tapping the shoulders 10 times, that's 5 each side, and we're going opposition shoulder. So left hand goes to right shoulder, right hand to left shoulder. And once we get to a 10, we're going to pause for a second. And then we're going to step our feet out to a little bit wider than our mat. And then we're going to walk our hands back and then rock our way into our heels into a squat pulsing position. So the heart lifts, the hips reach back, the knees open, the heels press down, and the toes lift. Pushing the knees out, pulsing here. You're going to go 20 tight pulses. Once again, if you need to modify or you need to rest, you can come up to a stand for a second and then come back down and finish your pulses out here. But we're working to the tempo of Maja today, so do your best to stick with. And now we're walking back out into our bear pose and coming back into our 90-degree position with our knees. Shoulders are over wrist, and we're keeping our hips steady here, where we're going nice and slow with our taps. And we're transitioning back here into our squat pulses. Again, knees are opening, hips are reaching back. We're doing 20 pulses here. We keep the lift of our chest. We keep the core drawing in. It's the hardest part to activate in the squat is keeping the core flexed and engaged. And back into our bear pose. Knees 90 degrees, drawing the knees in towards the elbows. We're at 10 taps. We're finding our breath. We pause, we step out, and then we walk the hands back into our squat. We open the knees, sink back into the heels, lift the toes. And if you notice, Maja's pulses are very, very tight and small. We don't need anything exaggerated. We want to stay in that low position and just get that continuous burn on the quads. We're coming into our last round here, tapping the shoulders, nice and easy. And once again, we're looking to dig up positive energy, which we are digging up strength and power today. And who can use that power and that strength? Who can we share that with? Who needs it the most? Somebody we know, it could be us, it could be a group, it can be people we don't know, who we getting strong for and who we sharing it with. And then finishing up our pulses and then slowly coming up to stand nice and tall. Step your feet into hip distance at the back of your mat and then inhale your arms up nice and high. Exhale, fold, release. Walking out with your hands to high plank position. We're going to come through a vinyasa, but we're going to break it down nice and slow. So we're going to inhale, shift our way forward. Exhale, lower down to the stomach. And we're going to come into cobra pose. So press into the palms, hands to mid-low ribs, point the toes. Inhale, lift the heart as much as you can. Keep the shoulders open and the chest. Steady breath here. When you find your next inhale, curl your toes underneath, and then on the exhale, press into your palms, lift your hips, straighten the legs, downward facing dog. Straightening out the legs, pulling the heart towards your mid-thighs, just like we did earlier in our practice. Strong triceps here, strong mindset. And then looking forward in between your hands, take a bend into your knees and come high up onto your toes. You have two options. You can step or hop. And then slowly from your forward fold, inhale halfway up, monkey pose. Setting up for our chair pose, reach your hips back, take a nice deep bend into the knees, and then arms reach up over your head so that the biceps are covering the ears. That's what we're aiming for, biceps covering the ears. Now as we reach out through our fingertips, relax our traps. Right, put less effort in lifting the arms. Now rock your weight back to the heels. Challenge the balance. Start to pulse here nice and tight in the chair pose. Going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hands come to heart center. Step your right foot in, your left foot in to touch. Stay low with your hips. Rock your weight back to your heels again. Hug your inner thighs. Press the palms in. Prayer twist. Inhale first. Exhale, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press the palms in. Deepen your twist and then lengthen your spine out through the top of your head as you reach your hips back behind you. Keep the knees even with one another. Lift the toes up away from your mat. 5, steady breath, 4, 3, 2, 1, nice and slow. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, prayer twist, right elbow to the outside, the left thigh. Just finding similar cues, pressing the palms in, deepening your twist by using your elbow into the thigh, reaching your hips back as you lengthen out through the top of your head. Lifting your toes. Steady breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, release, forward fold. Straighten the legs. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Press through your heels and also through the ball mounds of your feet, but lift your toes. Relax your head down. Inhale, halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, arms up over your head. Come up to a stand, nice and tall. Palms touch, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. We're going to go ahead now and make our way down to our back. So we're going to go and take a seat and then lay down onto our backs. I'm going to come into a few variations here. So we're going to go ahead and bring our legs into touch. Arms are along the sides of us. We're going to press our fingertips down into our mat nice and strong. And now what we want to do is think that, you ever crush a can before? We want to think we're crushing a can when we go to engage our core. So we're crunching and pulling our chest towards our pelvis and our pelvis towards our chest. So it's crunching together here at the mid. The shoulders are lifting here. So, right, we should feel core activation already here. Now we're going to go ahead and lift our legs. Now, if we have our legs at this height and you feel it in the low back, go ahead and lift the legs up a little bit higher. Okay, lift the legs up to a height to where you no longer feel it in the low back. But challenge yourself, if you want to go more advanced, to lower your heels as much as you can until you feel in the low back, then bring it up so that the core is flexed and working. So finding that crunch position, we're holding here. We're going to go 20 small swim kicks. Okay? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pause. And now we're going to go small little crisscrosses. 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pause. Are the shoulders still lifted? Are you crying or whining yet? I hope so. Let's go ahead and do 20 knee pulses in nice and small movement here, and then extend the legs. Yep. So little crunches here with the knees. It's not going past your belly button at the knees. The shoulders are still lifting. And we're at 10 on our side. This is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Burn it up. Come on, 17. We're almost there. 18. Fight it. 19. Last one. 20. Slowly bring the knees into your chest. Hug your shins. Come into a tight little ball and rock side to side. Finding our breath, cooling the mind, not resting, recovering. I want you to notice the difference. For me, there's a perspective difference between resting and recovering. Recovering means you are doing what you can to get ready for more fire and more work. Resting means you are done and it's time to just check out. We are recovering here. So find your mental strength. Good. Slow your rocking side to side down. Good. And then lower your heels down to the mat. Good. Slowly go ahead and make your way back up to your feet here. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of our sandbags here. All right. You can use a sandbag. You can use water bottles. You can use small weights. There's much things you can use from your house or wherever you are at. We're going to come into a high plank position. And we're going to rest our sandbag over to the side. So we want to make sure our sandbag is slightly underneath our armpit. So adjust our sandbag back a little bit more so that it's in a clear way, clear path to grab it. So we have the sandbag over to the outside of our right arm. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to reach our left arm across, and we're going to pull the bag to the opposite side of the mat, to the outside of it, and then hold our position steady, tighten the glutes, flex the quads, and then grab the sandbag again with now the right hand and pull it across back to the right. We're going to go ahead and do 10 of those pulls. So that was 2. We pull now with the left, that's 3. Grabbing with the right, this is 4. You're either working at our pace, a little bit slower, but not faster. So we got 4 more on this side. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to walk our knees in towards our chest into a bear pose position. Now finding our breath here, finding our strength, we're going to step our left foot to the outside of our left hand. Big step forward. Good. Press into the palms. And now we're going to slide our right toes back until our right leg is completely strong and straight. Now making slight adjustments here, making sure this right heel is strong and forward over the toes. Flexing this right quad so the back of the knee lifts. Engaging this right glute super strong to protect the joints. Press into the left heel. Flex the left toes up. Press into your palms. Pull your heart forward. Now just keeping your right hand down, slowly Twist to your left and reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Strong push off the back toes. Fire up that back leg again. Making slight adjustments here, bringing your right hand in more towards the center line of your body so the right shoulder's over the right wrist. Back knee is lifted nice and strong. Finding our breath here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Inhale first, reach out through your left arm. And on your exhale, left hand to the inside of the left foot. Step your right foot to the outside of the right hand, Malasana at the front of the mat. Bringing your elbows to the inside of the knees, palms pressing into one another, pulling your thumbs into your sternum, and doing your best to try to rock your weight back into your heels and lift your toes. Descending the tailbone down as much as you can, relaxing and letting the hips open here as you build a calming breath here. Steady gaze forward. Breathe in here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your palms down to your mat and slowly lift your hips up towards the ceiling and heel toe 1 foot at a time in towards each other to forward fold, hip distance in between the feet. Inhale, halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, come all the way up to a stand. Arms reach up high, palms touch at hands at heart center. Good. Now, time to bring that fire back within us. We're going to bring our heart rates up here. We're going to go burpees here for a 20-second duration. So finding our breath, finding our strength. We're going to go through a demo rep here before we begin. We want to go down nice and strong with our hands. Not fast down to the floor, but having strength into the hands, realizing that we could have hard impact on the wrist here. And then we can either step 1 foot back at a time, and then step 1 foot back in at a time. Or more advanced would be to hop both feet out to flat position. And you want to engage the glutes when you get there, and then hop back in, and then come up to stand, reach the arms up over the head, and then repeat. So we're going to go ahead and go 20-second duration here, and let's begin. 20 seconds on the clock. Don't trust this clock, though. It's Cisco time. All right, that's one part of fitness, is that you are at the mercy of the trainer and how they count. Never trust the trainer when he's counting. Unless it's your calories, then trust them. So find your breath here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, come on, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming to a stand, finding your breath. Slowly making your way down to your back again. Legs out in front of us. Resting here for a brief moment, right? Recovery mode. Legs come in, touch. Glutes are tight. Press into the fingertips. And we're doing that same thing, that can. We're crunching that can like it's our core. Shoulders lift. And then the legs come up. Lift the heels to a height where you don't feel it in your low back. And then small little movement again. Just little swim kicks here for 20 reps. We're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pause. And then we're going to go little crisscrosses here. Make sure the shoulders are still lifted. And let's begin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pause. Here's the fire. Little crunches. Make sure the knees don't go past the belly button. And then extend the legs. In and then extend. In and then extend. Keep the burn. More fire, better results. Keep the low back full. Keep trying to lift the tailbone of that energy of pulling the chest and the pelvis towards each other. Come on, crunch it. crunch it, squeeze it, flex it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to chest, hug the shins, rock side to side. Recovery breaths for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly roll over onto our sides. And then go ahead and grab your bag or your weight that you are using for our plank pull-throughs. So we're coming into our high plank position again here. We're starting with our bag off to our right side. We want the hips nice and full, flat, glutes tight. Okay, we want to keep the hips nice and steady here. Now, if we needed to modify, we could lower down to the knees and do our pull-throughs. Just make sure that the hips come forward and that the shoulders are over the wrist still. All right, so find your position of work. Toes are down, knees are up, or knees are down. And we're reaching the left hand through, pulling the bag. We're going 10 reps here on our side. You can work with our pace, a little bit ahead. Just make sure that we're keeping our hips from rocking side to side. Keep the glutes tight, core, nice slow pulls. Get a full pull all the way through. The further you pull the bag, the more twists you get. So now we're going to go ahead and walk our toes into a 90-degree position so that we're in our bear pose. And then we're going to go ahead and take a big step. So press into the palm, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Press into the right heel. And then slide your left toes back until that left leg is strong and straight. Squeeze the left glute, push off the back toes, press into the right heel, lift the right toes up. Press into the palms, lengthen the spine forward. And bring your left hand in just a little bit so that it's underneath your left shoulder. And then slowly start to twist to your right and then reach your right hand up towards the sky or the ceiling. Stacking the right wrist over the left. Strong push off and through the back toes. Squeezing the left glute with intent. Reminders to yourself again, who are we working for? Yourself, somebody we know, somebody we don't know, a group of people. Who needs it? Who can we share this energy with at this moment? Looking up past the right fingertips if you can. Finding your final breaths here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Beautiful work. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale first, and then slowly release your right hand down on an exhale. And then strong step forward, left foot to the outside of the left hand, into our malasana. Palms come to touch. Hands to heart center, knees open. Shifting our weight back to our heels if possible. Again, seeing if we can get deeper or lower in this position. If blocks or numerous pillows are available, you could modify in this malasana. If you struggle that first round, we can place blocks underneath the glutes or pillows. Good. Breathe in here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Hands come down to the floor. Slowly lifting your hips, straightening the legs, and then heel toeing the feet in hip distance. Forward fold. Inhale halfway up, monkey pose. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, stand nice and tall. Arms reach up high over the head. Look up towards the ceiling. Palms touch, hands to heart center. 20-second round of burpees. Getting that heart rate back up. Let's find our breath. And 20-second round begins. Hands go down strong. We're finding our variation of either stepping in and out or hopping in and out. On our side here, we work like ninjas. We work with speed but silence. So she's not jamming into the floor or pounding. She's cushioning her landing by using her core, by floating the legs out and driving the knees in. So finding our breath here, finishing up this round for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finishing your rep that you're on and then standing nice and tall. Good. Coming to the front of our mat, standing hip distance in between our feet. Good. Finding our breath here in our standing position. Getting ready for another exciting round, right? Third round to cap it off here, right? For our core conditioning section. So go ahead and come down to your backs again. And we're going to go ahead and legs out in front of us, legs come into touch, and we want to really glue our legs into one another, right? The more we can fire up our inner groin, the more we're going to find that lower belly strength, all right? So once again, we're finding our level. So we're pressing into our fingertips, we're lifting our shoulder blades, we're crunching just like a can would or like an accordion, right? Whatever, analogy you need to engage this core. So lifting our heels to the height that we can not find low back pain, hugging those inner legs again, shoulders lift, and we're going 20 little swim kicks again at our pace. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause it. Burn it. Hold it. Breathe. Little crisscross here. Best round, last round. That's why. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pause, flex it, hold it, burn it. Now little pulses in with the knees. No further than the belly button. The legs go all the way out, and then the knees crunch in. All the way out, crunch in. All the way out, crunch in. Here we go. Come on. 15 more. Let's get it. And crunch. And breathe. Keep the shoulders lifted. Keep pressing into your fingertips. Keep lifting the hips. And 5, 4, 3, 2, knees to chest, hug the shins. Rock side to side. Finding recovery breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Release your heels down. Rock to your side. And then slowly make your way into our plank pull position. So at the front of our mat here. This time we want to really pull the bag nice and far through so that we have to twist and reach. And we want to go slow here, nice and slow on this round here. So following here, we're going to reach, pull all the way through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist it through. Inhale, reach and grab. Exhale, twist it through. Good. This is 5. We got halfway. This is 6. 7. Hips are staying steady. We're staying high up on our toes. Glutes are staying engaged. We got 2 more reps here on our side. And then we're going to pause here. We're walking our toes into our bear pose. And this time we're going to step our left foot through in between our hands. And then we're going to bring our hands to our hips into our lunge position. Good. Sink that right knee down nice and low. Hug our inner legs. Tighten the glutes. We're doing a beautiful job here of keeping this front knee stacked over the ankle. Keeping the left toes flexed up. Driving into the left heel. Hugging the inner legs. Dropping your back knee down even lower. Stronger push off the back toes. Core stays in. Calm the breath down. No matter how much fire is in the body, find the breath. Inhale, arms up over the head. Coming into open arm twist. Right hand reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Reaching out in opposite directions with intent. Who needs this strength and power? Keeping the deep bend into our right knee, keeping that left knee forward. Staying here or bringing our left hand to our right hamstring, and then bringing our right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Deeper bend in that right knee. Finding a steady breath. And with control, we're going to bring our arms back up over our head, face forward. And then step that right foot forward to meet the left. Bring your hands down to your chest. Beautiful job. Inhale, release the arms down and then up over your head. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the waist. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, monkey pose, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, arms up nice and high and tall. Mountain pose. Palms touch, exhale, hands to heart. In between the sides here, we're going to go burpees, our 22nd round. So finding our breath, finding our core, thinking like a ninja, and let's work. Hands down, legs out, whatever variation. Stepping, hopping, working with as much speed as we can while also protecting our bodies. No impact noise on the way out or in. And if you're making a lot of noise, that's just an indication that maybe you're not quite ready for it, which is all right, and you should go to the stepping. For another 10 seconds here, core is strong, mind is stronger, using that breath to fuel your work, using that intent to fuel your work. Final reps, 3, 2, 1, standing tall after you finish your rep. Coming back down into our plank position. Back starts off to the right. Glutes are tight, hips are steady. Reach, inhale, exhale, pull it out far. And then inhale, reach, exhale, pull it out nice and far to the side. And that's 2 reps down. Don't worry about matching our pace. Be more focused on hitting your form, working at what variation serves you, right? Either on our toes or our knees. We got 4 more reps on our side. Find your breath. This is 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. 4, nice and strong here. You got this. Walk your toes in so that your knees come to 90 degrees into your bear pose. And now you're stepping your right foot forward in between your hands. That back leg stays as is. And now you're going to walk your hands up your thighs to your hips. So shoulders are over hips, hips over back knee. In this nice lunge position. Strong push off the back toes. Strong push into the front heel. Right toes lift. Core is sucked in, engaged, steady breathing. We're going to go ahead and inhale our arms up over our head. And coming into our open arm twist. Left hand reaches forward, right arm reaches back. Keep this right knee bent and stacked over the right ankle. And keep that left knee bent strong down. Making sure that our heart is still hovering over our hips. Core is drawn in, steady breathing, nice and calm. And then staying here or taking it a step further and releasing the right fingertips to the left hamstring. And then reaching the left hand up towards the sky. Once again, connecting with a steady, calm breath. We got fire in the low body. But need to find that water and calmness in the mind. Right knee stays forward, left knee stays deep. With control and moving slow, arms reach back up, face forward. And then strong step forward with left. Release the hands down to your heart. And then find a steady breath. Closing your eyes here for just a brief moment. Relaxing your shoulders, standing tall, weight back to your heels. Nice and slow, blink your eyes open. We're going to come into our first stretch. So the calmness has arrived. Right? So the fire is completely done in a way, right? There still might be some fire in the stretching, but we're looking for that space and recovery feeling here, okay? So we're going to come into a pigeon pose. So we're going to go ahead and set up from a down dog position. So let's go ahead and come down into a high plank position. Shoulders over wrist, heels over toes, glutes are tight. We're going to take a deep breath in here from our high plank. And on our exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips, straighten the legs, pull the heart towards your mid-thighs. We're then going to go inhale our right heel up into the sky, three-legged dog. Keep the hips square to the floor. All right, so don't let that right hip rotate up. We're going to lengthen here as much as we can, reaching that heel up and back. We're going to take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the right knee to the outside of our right wrist. Now we want to go ahead and walk our right foot up as close as it can be towards our left wrist. And we want to make sure our right knee stays out wider than our right hip. So knee is out wider than the hip. And we brought our right shin as parallel as it can be to the front of our mat. Now we want to look over the left shoulder. And we want to see if our left foot is in line with our left hip and our knee. And we want those toes facing straight back, doing your best to get the towel top of the foot to press down equally. Now pressing into your fingertips here. Pulling your heart forward and squaring the heart and the hips to the front of your mat. Lengthening your spine. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, if you are healthy enough, you can walk your hands forward and lower down to your forearms. If this is a little too intense, you can stay in that postured up position we were just in. If this is not serving you at all, I want you just to go ahead and come into a child's pose. So if we're okay here on our forearms and you want to take it a step further, we can go ahead and still lengthening our spine. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, lengthen our arms out in front of us. Resting our forehead down to our mat. Finding steady breathing here, finding some calmness. Let's take a second to see if we can find a little bit more space. So I want you to first start with sliding your left toes back as far as you can. Slide it back a little bit more. If it's there, good. And then now we want to go ahead and make sure that our hips didn't unsquare. So we want to go ahead and just kind of make sure energetically pull our right hip back behind us. Just to kind of keep that hip anchored back and squared. Finding a few more nice calming breaths on this side. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Curl your left toes underneath. And then walk your hands back towards your shoulders, pressing into your arms. And we're going to go slowly push stronger into your left toes. Lift that left knee. And then lift the right knee up towards your chest and step the right foot back. And then lower down to tabletop position. And then sit your glutes back onto your heels. Come into kneeling position in between sides here. Hands on top of your thighs, nice calm breathing, nice long spine. Just kind of digesting that stretch. we're going to take a half-time stretch into a melting heart pose. All right, so we're going to go ahead and walk our hands forward out in front of us into tabletop position. Hip distance in between our feet and our knees. Shoulders over wrists. Spread the fingertips out nice and wide here. Now lightly press your palms into your mat. And then we want to keep the hips stationed back over our knees. So they want to stay put. And we're going to slowly walk our hands forward and keep sliding the hands forward. And when it's sliding the palms forward, you're going to melt your heart, your chest towards the ground or towards your mat. And Madhya did a great job here of keeping the hips stacked over the knees. And you want to start feeling length into your side bodies, like right by the armpits, into the shoulders, into the chest. See if you can slide and lengthen the arms out any more. You want to lightly press your palms into the floor and draw your heart in towards your knees as it pulls down towards the ground at the same time. So reaching out through the fingertips while you press into the palms and pull your heart down towards the floor as you reach up with your tailbone. A few more calming breaths here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow, very slowly start to walk the hands back underneath your shoulders. And then bring your knees out to the width of your mat. Point your toes in towards each other. Touch the big toes through your shoes. And then go ahead and come into child's pose. So sinking your tailbone back towards your heels. Drawing navel to spine, relaxing your forehead. To me, this is a great pose just to kind of turn off a little bit here, especially in the upper region of your body. So we want to keep some activeness in our pelvis, right? Tucking the tailbone, drawing our navel to spine. But turn off the arms, the shoulders, the neck. Turn off your face muscles, your forehead, your jaw. Continue your nice calming breath. Breathe in here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Bring your knees back in towards one another, hip distance. Come back into your tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists. Spread the fingers out wide. Nice and strong here now with the hands. Step your right foot back. And then left foot back into a high plank position. Strong glutes. Core in. Deep breath in first. Downward facing dog on the exhale. Strong straight legs. Pull the heart towards the mid-thighs. Lift the back of the knees. Draw the heels down towards the floor. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Sweep the left leg up towards the ceiling. Engage the left glute. Lengthen that left leg as much as you can. And take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, left knee to the outside of the left wrist. Walking your left foot up as close as you can to your right wrist. And keeping that left knee out wider than your left hip. Finding some more alignment here for ourselves. So looking over our right shoulder and making sure that right leg, so the knee and the ankle are aligned with that right hip. Slight more adjustment here for you. Again, reach out through those right toes. Now pressing into your fingertips and looking to square your hips and your heart forward, lengthening the spine. So outer right hip rotates forward, outer left hip rotates back. Keep that locked in. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, start to go ahead and match the variation of depth that you did on your first side. Could have remained in that high postured up position. We're meeting here on our forearms right now. And then if you took it to the arms, lengthen out completely over your head. We can go ahead and come there too. Looking to connect our breath, allowing our body to open and find space. Where we find space, we can find strength. Similar to our child's pose, right? Influence that into this pose by turning off the shoulders, the neck, the forehead. Things to help protect the knee here and the left side if you flex the left foot. And then seeing if we can find a little bit more space here. So sliding the right toes back any more without over-exaggerating it. And then just reminding ourselves to re-square those hips, right? That outer left hip draws back. Because naturally as you reach out through the right toes, that left hip's going to want to come forward. Calm breathing here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl your right toes underneath. Press into your arms nice and strong. Push yourself away from the floor. Lift your left knee up towards your chest. And slowly step the left foot back and lower down to knees, tabletop position. Good. Keep your knees in, touching here. And then coming into child's pose once again here, recovering from that side. And let's bring our arms along the sides of our body. So we're reaching our fingertips back around towards our toes. Resting our forehead, turning off the shoulders once again. And in this child's pose, I want you to reflect right now on your practice. How you felt your effort was. How you felt the class was. Whether you liked it or not, whether there was things you did like and there was things you definitely did not like, because, let's face it, not all exercises are fun. But reflect on that and how you've overcome and you pushed through it. Doing things you don't like definitely make you stronger. Remember that. A few more breaths here. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. You're going to roll onto your left side. You're going to make your way onto your back. And we're going to come into our final stretch here. So we're going to go ahead and bring our legs into touch. We're going to draw our right knee in towards our chest, and we're going to take our hands and interlace them underneath our right knee. So flexing the toes up towards the ceiling. You're going to pull your right knee now out to the outside of your rib cage, up towards your right armpit. Just give it a nice pull here. And I want you to go ahead and push through that left heel as you draw that right knee in towards the right armpit. But now I want you to make sure that your left shoulder is still flush to the floor. Bring your left hip down. All right, it's easy to rock to that side. Pulling on the knee here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. We're going to bring the knee to 90 degrees. Right knee to 90, left leg is still strong and straight. We're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee, and then the right arm is going to extend out to T. We're going to go palm facing up. We want to keep this knee locked into this 90-degree position. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath in. And nice and slow on our exhale, we're going to rotate onto our left side body, drawing our knee across our body. Now, don't force the twist. Come into a natural twist. And when we arrive, we want to go ahead and re-strengthen the left leg, pressing through that left heel. We want to encourage both of our shoulders to be flush and flat to the mat. And we want to square our right hip to the right side. So rotating that right hip back behind you just like you know, with a little bit of energy. Good. Finding a few breaths here. Looking over your right shoulder with your eyes. If that twist with the neck doesn't feel good, then just keep your head neutral, looking straight up towards the ceiling. Breathe in here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very slow. Go ahead and bring that right knee back to center. Go ahead and bring your left knee in to meet your right knee. Hug the shins real quick. Give them a nice squeeze. And then you're going to slowly extend your right leg back out in front of you. And now the left knee stays in. So we're going to hug that left knee in now with our hands in towards our left armpit. We want to extend that right leg nice and strong, pressing through the right heel. And pulling this left knee in, breathe in here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slow. We're going to bring this left knee now to 90 degrees. And we want to keep it locked into that 90-degree position. Keep the feet flexed. Keep reaching out through your right heel. Now bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Okay, the left arm comes out to T, palm facing up. Reaching out through the left arm, take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, nice and slow, start to rotate to the outside of your right side. Remember, not forcing the twist, coming to a natural twist. Reaching out through the left heel, extending out through the right heel, and then over here with our left hip, outer left hip, just rotate it back just a little bit. Steady breathing here. Gazing over the left hand or keeping the head neutral. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Coming back to center, bringing both knees into your chest, hugging your shins, coming into a tight little ball. Tuck your knees into your eye sockets. There we go. Close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in, flex and squeeze your whole body, hug it. And then on the exhale, open up, arms out to the side, legs out in front of you into a Shavasana. Palms facing up, heels out to the width of their mat, let the toes angle out. And allow yourself to lie here for 2 to 5 minutes plus, right? Even after a fitness exercise, you want to be able to sit in that work. And once again, just kind of reflect, see how it feels on your body, your mood, your mindset. So I hope you enjoyed today. I'm sure you did. My name is Cisco. Here with us was Maja. Namaste.